In this lesson, you're going to learn how to calculate the area of a triangle. We're going to leave composite shapes for another time. So let's start by drawing a triangle. I've labelled the base B. The base runs all the way along the bottom. I've labelled the height H. To draw the height of a triangle, you need to run a line from the base all the way up to the tip at the top of the triangle, and that line needs to be at right angles to the base. For this exercise, we need to measure exactly halfway up the height, which I've done, and I've placed a black cross there. Now I've ruled a line through that point. So now I've divided the triangle so that half of the original height is below that line and the other half is above that line. Next, you need to imagine that we are cutting the triangle into 4 pieces. Now that we've cut the triangle into 4 pieces, we're going to take the top 2 pieces and rotate them as shown by the arrows and move them down to fill the gaps on the left and right. And when we do this, we make a rectangle. I've labelled the first triangle 1, which takes position 1 in the rectangle. The second triangle takes position 2 in the rectangle. So you can see that we've made a rectangle that has exactly the same area as the triangle. The width of the rectangle is half the height of the triangle. But why are we doing this? It's because we already know how to calculate the area of a rectangle. So what we need to realise here is that the area of this triangle is exactly the same as the area of this rectangle. We know that the area of any rectangle is length times width. In this case, the length of the rectangle is B, and the width of the rectangle is half the height, or half h. So length times width is the same as B times half h. We can rearrange this as half B times h, or half the base times the height. So we've worked out a little rule that will give us the area of a triangle. And we can say for any triangle that area equals half the base times height. We've only done this for one triangle, but further investigation would confirm to us that this rule will actually work for any triangle. So let's look at a couple of examples. Example A. Now here are the steps. First of all, we need to identify the base and the height. In this example, base is 23 centimetres, height is 12 centimetres. Make sure you label those on your diagram. The next step is to write down the rule, area equals half base times height. Next, in place of B, we write 23. In place of H, we write 12. And we divide everything by 2. And that gives us an answer of 138. The measurements are in centimetres, so the area must be centimetres squared. For example B, the base is 17 metres, and here, when we draw it perpendicular to the base, the height actually sits outside the triangle. And the measurement is 3 metres, so h equals 3 metres. Write down the rule, area of a triangle equals half base times height. In place of B we write 17, in place of h we write 3, and we divide that by 2. And using your calculator, you'll easily see that area is 25.5, and because the lengths were in metres, the area is in metres squared.